Douglas Herbert joins me now from the courthouse here in Paris. Douglas, what have we heard as regards Mr. KERVIEL today?
Well, you know, this was the trial, the fraud trial that all of France and a lot of people outside of France have been waiting for. A lot of us were waiting for that moment when Jérôme KERVIEL would actually arrive here at Paris Criminal Court. And there was little doubt when he did arrive, even though we were already in the courtroom and didn't see his arrival, there was quite a raucous cheer that went up outside the courtroom among many of his fans, to whom he's become a folk hero, emblematic of the single man standing up against a corrupt banking system. Yet when he got into the courtroom, things turned a lot more sober very quickly. The judge, the president of the court, Dominique Put, got down to business very fast, asking him directly the question that really all of France is asking: who are you, Mr. KERVIEL? Now, his defense team plans to argue over the next 3 weeks that Jérôme KERVIEL is basically a nice guy who loved business and finance and got caught up in what he called in his recent book a banking orgy. Basically, his bosses knew exactly what he was up to and turned a blind eye. That is a bunch of hogwash. Société Générale, the bank that he nearly brought to the verge of collapse, plans to argue. They're going to say that Jérôme KERVIEL was actually a mastermind fraudster. He knew exactly what he was doing, and he kept on doing it despite that. He ended up building positions, colossal positions in the bank of about 50 billion euros, positions so big that the bank, at the height of the financial crisis, spent almost 5 billion euros unwinding. Jérôme KERVIEL faces charges of breach of trust, faking documents, hacking into computers. He faces hard prison time of 5 years and a hefty fine if he's convicted.
Now, quickly, Douglas, as you said, in many people's minds, it's not, Jérôme KERVIEL may be in the dock, but the French banking system and KERVIEL's former bosses are very much in the spotlight.
Absolutely. KERVIEL is absolutely, he is the only defendant in the trial, but you may as well say that the entire French banking system, and especially Société Générale, are right next to him on that bench of the accused. Why is that? Well, basically, their risk control systems showed a lot of cracks and fissures throughout the past couple of years. They spent a lot of money, they say, investing in beefing up those controls, making sure a fraud of this nature will never happen again. A lot of the original team, especially the boss at the time of Société Générale, Daniel Bouton, he's gone from Société Générale. A lot of other banks have followed suit and also beefed up their controls. But then again, skeptics say that if the financial crisis were to pass and things were to return to normal, a fraud like this could very well happen again.
Douglas Herbert, thanks very much for joining us.